love the pillows. I want them looking plump. Who has seen that video? I want them fluffed. If anyone's seen that video, please comment down below and then we can share the amusement. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am starting a new series with this video I think today, which is a bit spontaneous, but I quite like it. So I'm starting a series of videos that are going to be about university and university life, and it might be called something along the lines of University Survival Guide, Uni Hacks, I don't know. As I said, I kind of thought of it yesterday evening, this morning, decided to film this video, thought it would be a good idea because a lot of you might be going to university. Oh my gosh, I need to breathe. I'm going to talk about student budgeting, how to manage money, how much living costs are, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, I thought it would be a good series to start. I mean, I've just finished my first year. So this video today that I'm filming is going to be about the pros and cons of living in student halls and my experiences of living with a load of other students in student accommodation, as it were. So if you're new to my channel and you don't know who I am Holly, and I go by Holly Gabrielle on YouTube, and I go to Cambridge University, which has a collegiate system, so it's not really student halls. Well, it is halls. Yeah, it is halls. A college is basically where you live, so I assume it's college halls. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, Holly. Don't doubt yourself. It's fine. So yeah, I just wanted to discuss my experiences and then kind of evaluate the pros and cons of living in student halls, and I hope it can be applicable to other universities. I mean, if I'm wrong, and obviously some things won't apply for sure, but I'm sure a lot of it will be very similar, and I just hope that it helps you guys out there who are maybe thinking of going to university and applying and are wondering what it's like to actually live in halls. So I hope you enjoy this video, and obviously, as I said, if you go to a different university and have had some other experiences, please share them in the comments down below so that people who haven't gone to university and are thinking of going can get as much information as possible. Pros or cons first. The advantages, let's say. Can't click. One of the main advantages of living in student halls or in a college, as I do at Cambridge, is the fact that you meet loads of new people, and it's so easy to make friends and speak to people who are in the same boat. There's no way that you can't make any friends unless you literally hide in your room. But if you're open-minded and you go with a positive mindset to university and are willing to make friends, then of course you're going to meet new people. That's the phone. So if you're worried about making new friends at university, the phone is still ringing. In halls of residence, you're often mixed with students who are doing other subjects, so you're not just with, say, other Natskis in my case, or with other people who do economics or something. You're with a load of people who do a range of subjects. It's just a great way to make friends and socialize and never basically feel as if you're on your own, which is definitely a great thing. I contrast living in halls of residence to like living at home on your own. So I applied to London universities as well as Cambridge, and I originally planned that in my first year I would commute to London every day and I would live at home. But the thing is with that, I can see a really big issue there, and I didn't really address that at the time. That you'll just feel really isolated, I feel, if you're living at home. I mean, yes, you will meet people, it's inevitable because you go to lectures, you won't make friends as easily. I definitely recommend, if you have the choice, at least in first year, try living in halls of residence, because you will definitely meet new people. And university is all about meeting new people because it's like a new chapter in your life. So in a college, as I said, first years are all pretty much in one area, and so you can just go to someone's room and chill in the evenings. And in terms of the work, you can just meet up with someone, you can go through things together, you can schedule a time with your friends to meet up and maybe work collaboratively, which can be really useful. And this is all because you're just living in halls of residence, you're living so close together. People host pre's and pre-drink things in their rooms. So, I mean, I wouldn't do that in my room because I would be scared that alcohol would just go everywhere. You might not like the sound of living in close proximity, but I will tell you now that it really doesn't feel like you're living with like hundreds of other students, because you have your own personal space, you're allocated your own room, and no matter how big it is or how small it is, it's your personal space. That is your bubble, and that is where you can have your time to yourself, time if you work in your room like myself, that's where I work. It's where you sleep, obviously. That is your personal space, so don't be put off by the fact that you're living with so many other students, because you do have your own space. It's your room. I loved my room, and I'm only upgrading next year, so I'm really excited, you know. Another huge benefit to living in halls, and in my case living in a college, is the fact that we have porters, and they are people who basically look after the college and manage the security and safety of the college, and that means that I feel so safe and secure with where I live, where I work. They are on the desks 24/7, and they are, and my college anyway, I go to Queen's by the way, they are so friendly. They're always willing to chat. Colleges wouldn't be colleges without porters. They're so great. And in other universities, I assume that there would be the same sort of thing. There would be someone who makes sure that the college is safe and that you are secure living there. From my experience, when I had a huge nosebleed, if you saw that vlog, there are so many people on site to help you, especially in the college. There were first aiders. The head porter came, who is first aid trained, and he helped me and looked after me. Whilst I had this huge nosebleed that went on for so long, like hours we're talking here. My porters, they booked a taxi for me to go to Addenbrooke's Hospital. They just were amazing. Shout out to the porters and Porters Lodge. Also on site you have the welfare team and first aiders, as I said. We had a college nurse, so there's always people to help you, whether it be with academics or with just general welfare issues, mental health, physical health, all of that stuff. All your basic needs will be cared for, and of course your friends are there as well, so they can help out. So another major benefit of living in halls instead of living at home is the fact that you gain your independence. Before going to university, I really didn't want to move out, but the thing is, I'm so glad I've moved out and I've taken the leap. Sometimes you don't want to become an adult and take on so many responsibilities, but it's an ease into the real world sort of thing. It's like an easy transition, because yes, you become more independent and you start to do things for yourself, but you're not working yet, so you're not a true proper adult, so you can still hang on to that childhood like I do. And obviously within a college or halls of residence, you have the flexibility to either cater for yourself, which I did. I cooked all my meals and bought all my food, or you can buy the food that is made by the university if that's up your street, or you can just do a mix of both, and it's really flexible. That can depend on which college you go to, so if you're looking into applying to Cambridge, just check out the college website, and in terms of other universities, I'm sure you can do the same. Also, I should have mentioned about the porters. I mean, sometimes, and with gaining independence and stuff, this is just one of my little experiences. Obviously you have the key to your room, and in first time especially, I locked myself out sometimes like 5 times in 1 week, because when I weekly vlogged, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I've locked myself out again and again and again. Oh no, I've locked myself out again. I literally locked myself out all the time in first term, and a bit in second term, and then third term I kind of got better at it. Yeah, I locked myself out a lot, but the thing is with the porters, they had spare keys, so things were all great there. It's a learning curve, because if you have a house when you're older and stuff and you keep locking yourself out, often there might not be spare keys. So I think it's good that I learn these things now. Yeah, that's just a little side note from my personal experiences, but yeah, there should be spare keys to hand if you lock yourself out. Okay, now we're going to move on to some of the cons, just so we have a balanced argument here, guys. One of the first things is noise, and I'm just going to say, if you go to university and you're living in halls, I'd maybe bring some earplugs. I didn't have any with me because I was lucky enough to live on a staircase that was actually really quiet, and I loved my staircase. Yes. So it can be quite noisy sometimes, especially when the separations between the rooms is like this thick, it's just one wall. You can often hear quite a lot. I mean, I haven't had the worst of it at all. I've not experienced anything as bad as what some people have. Yeah, the kitchen. I want to talk about the kitchen. Sometimes the kitchen can be left in such a state and such a mess, and I am kind of a hygiene freak. When the kitchen was left in a mess and there were crumbs and the top was wet and hadn't been wiped and there was dirty food on the worktops, it just kind of frustrated me and I really didn't like it. So I was always wiping the tops and making sure that they were clean and spraying the cleaning stuff. Like, you know, we couldn't have mess on the work surfaces before I was gonna cook in there, because, you know, let's keep it clean and hygienic. But sometimes you just have to breathe and just take it upon yourself to wipe up the mess. And the thing is, I would advise when going to university, just think about what other people would think if they saw the mess that you left, or think about what your parents would think. I mean, don't do anything that you wouldn't do at home, because one thing that I just wanted to mention here, and I mentioned it in a vlog if you watched that one, somebody who lived on my staircase and shared the same kitchen as me, they decided that they were going to put buttered bread in the toaster and then toast it. So then for a few days I saw this yellow waxy substance leaking out the toaster, and I didn't know what it was at this point, but when I saw the evidence of the buttered bread in the toaster, I was like, that is what's causing the mess, and I was not impressed. And obviously myself and my neighbour Joe, we left a note because we knew that, I think we found out who it was in the end. We just left a polite note saying, look, you don't put buttered bread in the toaster, you put plain bread and then you butter it afterwards. Come on. Obviously this, I don't know why this person did it, but it was just kind of frustrating, and people do stupid things like that. But the thing is, it is a learning process, and if you help each other to learn about how to use a toaster, then everyone will benefit in the long run. So, you know, life skills here. We've got to learn some life skills. When I go and see other kitchens and walk through them, some of them, oh my goodness, they stank. They were so messy. There was like cooked food in a Tupperware without a lid on, just left on the side. The bins were overflowing, and oh my goodness, I've seen some messy kitchens. But yeah, I'm a control kind of hygiene freak, so I had to keep everything super clean. Another thing that can be kind of annoying when you're living in halls of residence is some people might steal some of your stuff. Queens, where I am, it's such a friendly college and it's not a thing, but obviously people can do that and they might steal your stuff, which can be really annoying. I mean, the one thing that somebody has taken, I don't know if they did it intentionally or not, or just the fact that spoons are pretty much all silver, they all look pretty much the same. Somebody did take one of my spoons, and I wasn't really bothered because it was just a spoon, but I knew that it had gone because I knew how many I had. And then at the very end of term, my spoon reappeared, but it was like stained with coffee, and I was like, that's where it went. Somebody was using my spoon to make coffee for themselves every day throughout exam term to try and keep them going. Yeah, just be wary of that and just be mindful of looking after your staff, looking up your room. Sometimes people are worried about the costs of paying for halls of residence. It's obviously more expensive than living at home, but the thing is, let's think about this. Everyone's in the same boat. There is a flexibility and there is a scale of different prices, so you can choose a room that's like really big and has an ensuite and pay quite a lot for it, or you can pay a bit less and just have a communal shower or something. And obviously you do get student loans and stuff like that, which I will be talking more about in a budgeting and student how to manage your money stuff video. I just say don't worry too much about the costs. Yes, it is expensive, but I'd say it's definitely worthwhile and if you're going to university, you may as well make the most of it and, you know, enjoy your time there and think of it as an investment sort of thing. Another disadvantage might be the fact that you get really homesick if you're living away from home. I get homesick, and I was really homesick in first term, but now I've got so used to it and I'm a lot better when it comes to moving out and staying away from home. But yeah, I'm sure you'll get used to it, and it's not for life. You can always see your family, and trust me, when you move back home, it's such a treat to go home and see everyone. Also, at Cambridge, we have to move our stuff in and out every term, and so there are 3 terms per year, so that means that we have to move all of our stuff in and out 6 times in a year, and it can be so frustrating. When I have heavy stuff, it doesn't really please my dad too much, who has to carry a fridge and a freezer and really heavy boxes that I feel so full that they are so heavy. And yeah, sorry about that, Dad. I mean, they do give some storage space, but yeah, it's just a bit awkward sometimes and annoying, but yeah, as a little conclusion / evaluation thing, I would definitely say that although, yeah, there are disadvantages to living in halls and living away from home and with loads of other students, I definitely say that it's worthwhile and that it's a great experience if you do so. So my advice from this would be to go and try living in halls of residence, because it's the only time in your life when you're really gonna have the chance to do this. So, you know, embrace it and go out and do it. I hope you've gained more of an insight into what life is like in halls of residence, and like I said, comment down below your experiences if you're at university or if you're applying to university. Please let me know if this helped you out a lot, and if you're looking forward to the other videos in this like uni life hacks tips video series, you know. I'm sorry if the lighting changed a bit. It's a really dull day, it's been raining, and it's not nice in the UK today. But yeah, so, and look, it's come kind of bright again now. As usual, please like this video and comment your thoughts and experiences down below. And if you're new around here, obviously subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you don't know that I'm trying to upload twice a week, where have you been? I don't know, but hopefully you know now. So I'm trying to upload on Thursdays and Sundays if things go to plan. I will speak to you very soon in my next. Bye!